chicken with some money. Goes a little something like this. You know you're a freak when you can sit and eat a whole plate of chicken nuggets without vomiting, or laugh till you cry when little babies die and think all old people should be euthanized. But how does it feel to be in love with Timmy Boo? Yeah, how does it feel to have a distorted view? It feels fucking fantastic, man, like only a prolapse Ascon can, or a big bowl of dick nuts, or a goddamn tree up your butt. It tastes just like fresh pork, like making clothes smaller, or shaking babies till their brains are a bunch of mush. Oh, yeah, look at my balls bounce. Dead babies, dead babies. Look at them fucking bouncing balls. Better be jacking your cock. Come on, man. You're a fucktoid when you think it's hard. After tuning in on Tuesday instead of being scarred, you laugh at crazy ethnic people too. You know you really shouldn't, but you do. How does it feel to be in love with Timmy Boo? Yeah, how does it feel to have a distorted view? It feels fucking fantastic, man, like only you prolapse ass can drown, or a big bowl of dick nuts, or a goddamn tree up your butt. It tastes just like fresh pork, like making clothes smaller, or shaking babies till their brains are a bunch of mush.
Hey, freaks, it's Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. Coming up on the program today, the sounds of cum farts from the butthole's point of view. What? Plus, embarrassed because a fast food worker corrected your horrible grasp of the English language. The magnetic force of a chihuahua is what ultimately killed it. And rise of the turtle army.
The guy, he's in the dirty underwear or something. I don't know. He's sniffy.
Shaka, bamba, boomba, shing-ding in the glory.
I'm a mommy!
Your mommy?
I'm a mommy! Ah!
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
All right, hey freaks, Tim back here for the Wednesday edition of Distorted View Daily. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a lot of great stuff to share with you. First up, most of us have been in this position where, you know, you've read a word 1,000 times, but you've never heard that particular word said out loud. Then, come to find out, you've been saying it in your head. You've been pronouncing it the wrong way all this time. And hopefully, you learn the correct way of saying it before you attempt to say it yourself. Does that make sense? In other words, we've all mispronounced a word before, right? You feel like a damn fool, a jackass. Maybe the word is English. Maybe you're at a Mexican restaurant and you fuck up there. That's a little less embarrassing just because, it's not your native language. I mispronounce words all the time here on the show, and I do it in front of a global audience. So no matter how bad you may feel in that moment, just remember, this is my life. Constant and utter shame and embarrassment on a daily basis. That's the space I occupy. I got a clip here of a man going to one of those chicken joints. What is it, Loco Pollo or Pollo Loco? We don't have those here. The man at the drive-thru was ordering, a dinner, and the word that he tripped up on was entree, which is something most of us, I think, would be able to read and pronounce without a problem. The menu's probably like, oh, you can get a chicken sandwich, or you can get the entree, which includes rice and a biscuit and a drink. So it's not even a foreign word. This guy pronounced it entry. I'll have the chicken entry. And the dude who was working was like, what? What do you want? An entry into what? Andre? What? Couldn't figure out what the guy was saying until he was like, oh, entree. You want the entree. That's, the word is entree. This act of correcting the man speaking, embarrassed the dude, and that's when he turned on his camera to confront the drive-thru chicken employee. He then posted this video on YouTube with the title, Bad Customer Service.
Hey, were you the guy you just spoke to on the drive-thru?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, man. So, how do you pronounce that again?
Entree.
Entree?
Yes.
All right. So, like, when I asked you the first time, when I said entry, you didn't know what it was at all, right?
Entry?
Entry, yeah.
I figured it was entree.
Oh, you figured it was entree?
Because
Yeah.
it looks the same when it's spelled.
Yeah, right. Like tomato.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not quite. They're spelled different.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Yeah, so that was pretty curious. You know, I just came here to order something, man, and you didn't have to be a smartass about it, man.
I wasn't trying.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude,
you laughed. I thought we were
oh no, man, you're being pretty.
really.
Yeah,
ridiculous
dude,
right now.
dude, that was, yeah, dude, like,
Doesn't sound like he was being a smartass.
trying to teach me a lesson how to speak English,
Sure,
bro.
we can do this.
Oh man.
Well, this is how we learn in life. You know, if you're not in school anymore, how else are you going to learn how to pronounce something? Someone's got to tell you.
That was, yeah, dude, like, you're trying to teach
He's
me
embarrassed is the problem,
a lesson
right?
how to speak English, bro.
So he's going to, like, teach this guy a lesson, post it on social media, and everyone will be like, yeah, chicken pollo man, you were a dick. This nice dude just wanted a delicious, drumstick entry or entree, tomato. You got to go and make him feel bad. But that's not what happened here. By the end of this video, the entire audience, pretty much everyone who has viewed this video, all 23,000 people, ended up on the fast food worker side. This video has received 34 thumbs up and 6.3 thousand thumbs down. Oh, and we'll read some of the comments in a bit.
Oh man. So you're acting like you're working at a fancy restaurant, man. You sell chicken, bro. You sell chicken, man.
This guy continues to just illustrate how dumb he is. Only fancy restaurants have them entries. And now you're making fun of the dude for where he works? I'd be more concerned with the fact that, a fast food employee knows how to talk better than you.
You sell chicken, bro.
Nothing fancy about
You're working at a Pollo Loco, bro.
Examine yourself.
Over here teaching me how to speak English. You don't understand what entry means.
it. No, I just thought.
You thought it was funny.
He knows what entry means, but not in the context that you were using it, because you were using it improperly. There's no such thing as a chicken entry. Well, actually there is. Were you trying to fuck the chicken? You want a chicken entry, front or back, sir? What a goddamn douchebag.
You thought it was funny? Oh man, I should have
He's
recorded
shaking his
that,
head
man.
no.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
This entire time, the employee's like, no, I didn't think it was funny. I was just correcting you so you know what the word is. Now, to be honest, I probably wouldn't even have done that if it was me working there. I wonder how many of you people that work at Taco Bell correct idiotic white people when they're like, I'll have the cheese and steak quesadilla. You could very easily say, oh, you mean the quesadilla. How dare you, motherfucker! Trying to shatter my fragile ego? This is America. We speak American. L's, no matter how many there are in a row, are pronounced la. Exactly why we need to close these goddamn borders.
Oh, I don't know how to.
I'm sorry
speak
for
English, bro.
letting you know that it was entree.
So, like, what if I spoke Spanish? What if I spoke Spanish, man? You would have tried to teach me how to.
Do the same
You
thing.
would have said the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh man, I just thought that was pretty hilarious, man.
Well, that's great that you thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I did, man. But
I
I'm
was
just
trying
saying.
to help my customer that came through the drive-thru, and you thought it was hilarious.
Oh no, but
That's
yeah,
great.
but you just
What's your
didn't.
name?
You didn't have to be smart about
What's
it,
your
bro.
name, sir?
You didn't have to be a. You're
What's your name, sir?
You're being an ass.
I mean, no one likes to be wrong or be corrected, but again, you're just continuing to make yourself look bad in this video.
That's great customer service, there, man.
I can do very good customer service,
Oh, yeah.
but when I have someone coming up to
No.
my window without my consent recording me because I
man.
told them that the word was entree,
Yeah, like,
how
bro.
does that make you look?
No,
Are you gonna put
oh,
this up
oh,
on
yeah.
your little YouTube?
Yeah,
They're gonna be like, dude,
get a million hits,
all he
man.
did was help you out.
Yeah, throw this
on spelling.
on Facebook, man. Yeah, I got this guy here that's a genius, man.
Great, put it on Facebook.
We got a
by
genius.
all means.
We got a genius working at a Pollo Loco selling chicken.
Yep. Angel Lopez, that's my name. I'm a genius.
It doesn't take a genius to know that the word is entree. Again, you're making yourself look like an idiot.
Here at Pollo Loco.
Some of the comments include, the manager made you look stupid at every single turn. Next comment, laugh my fucking ass off. Imagine posting this video thinking it makes you look like anything but a loser. Another one, you're a wank. Laugh my fucking ass off. The employee has the patience of a saint. All of those comments have about like 900 thumbs up. He was trying to help. Fragile ego much? The next one, you really thought you did something positive there. Laugh my fucking ass off. Jerk customer, learn to speak English. Only idiots feel offended when corrected. It just goes on. And actually, the confrontation goes on for over 4 minutes, but I'll spare you the whole thing. Let's move on. I've got some very special Linda Fingal Hall of Fame nominees today. This is TV sitcom edition. There are these people on YouTube that will post every single theme song from a television show that premiered in a single year. So they'll pick a year like 1987, and they'll go through and they'll feature every single theme song from a show that aired on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, all the networks. I'm fascinated by this because I'm apparently a dork, a big fat loser with no life. This is what I spend my time doing. So sad. So let's say like in 1987, the networks premiered 34 new TV shows. The majority of them are going to be awful. They're going to be canceled within their first year. No one's going to remember these shows. Out of the 34 new programs that air every year, 5 or 6 make it to the 3rd season. In addition to being generally broadly bad, most of these have atrocious theme songs, and those are what I'm here to feature today. First up,
I am a modern day boy.
This is a theme song to the television show Fathers and Sons.
I am a modern day boy. I'm the child of our times. I am my dad's pride and joy. There's so much that we share when we find a moment to spare.
This show premiered on April 6th, 1986, and lasted 4 episodes before it was canceled. The 80s were awesome. Go back sometime and just watch theme songs to 80s television shows. Every single show was about like a white family, but there was like one random black kid in the credits. Either like a precocious next door neighbor, or the black kid was adopted into the family. Fathers and Sons is no exception. They're all white, including the father, right? And then there's one black kid. And the black kid only has one name in the credits. He's some unknown 8-year-old, but he's getting the Cher treatment. It's like Merlin Olsen is the father, Nicholas Guest, Ian Fried as the little boy, and then there's Hakeem, just Hakeem. Oh my God. This aired on NBC. It was about a father who is a baseball coach for his son. That's the entire premise of the fucking show? Merlin Olsen played a father who was also a baseball coach for his sons. All of the shows in the 1980s are about just a family, right? So there's Fathers and Sons, then another show called Dads. Then there's this program called Family Man, I think.
He's a family man doing what he should. With his wife and little kitties, life is weird.
Holy shit. He's a family man doing what he should with his wife and kitties. The lyrics are as generic as the premise of this TV show. It is a step up, though, from Fathers and Sons. There's a little twist. Family Man is about a man who's a middle-aged comedy writer. He's married to a much younger woman, and the show is focused on him raising his 2 stepchildren and 1 biological child. Still, though, it's the same thing. It's just a guy, raising a family. Oh, I gotta hear more of this melodic abortion.
Just a family man growing every day.
Oh my God! This show lasted 7 episodes. Next up, we're gonna switch things up. This is not about a father raising their kids.
I was young,
I played the games of childhood as a childhood I used to play.
What?
I'm a big girl now.
That's the name of this show. I'm a big girl now, and it's about a wife.
But time slips by like a daydream. I suddenly realize the years have flown.
Oh, good God. Put this song out of its misery. The synopsis of this show, which lasted 19 episodes. A young divorcee and mother, along with her daughter Becky, moves back home with her recently single father. And I'm guessing hijinks ensue. I think the last one I have for you today at least has a bit of a more interesting premise. A black ex-con woman moves in with an old white elderly lady.
You and I were somehow brought together. Could it be?
This is Me and Mrs. C, which doesn't even have a Wikipedia article.
It may take time to get to know each other, but step by step, we'll build a mess.
Step by step.
Side by side.
Can a black ex-con and an old white lady learn about each other? Can they find common ground? Tune in to Me and Mrs. C. Please tune in. No one tuned in. Shit like this is the reason why there were very few theme songs with lyrics in the 90s. It went from like, me and you, trying to make it in the world, to nothing, just pops and synth. Enough with the cheesy-ass lyrics. Family-oriented television shows clung on to those lyrical theme songs, like Blossom and Full House and shit. All right, let's move on. This is an awkward transition, I know. We're going from cutesy television theme songs to extended bubbly cum farts. I've got a clip here of a man who is fucking himself with a Bad Dragon dildo. You remember Bad Dragon. They're the company that sells, like, mythical beast dildos and vibrators, unicorn penises, dragon dongs, of course, stuff like that, right? Well, some of their dildos, you can actually load up with fake cum, and these dildos will blow their fake loads inside of you. And so this guy is fucking himself with a Chance the Dragon dildo. It's like that Peter, Paul, and Mary song. Chance the horny dragon, his dick needs to breed. Came deep in that homo's butt, drained his balls and filled him with seed. Oh, Chance the horny dragon. Oh, okay. All right, so this guy has loaded up Chance the Dragon dildo with cum lube. That is the official jizz lubricant that you're supposed to use with Chance the Dragon and all Bad Dragon dildos. All right, so he's loaded the balls up with cum and he's fucking himself with it. That was not the cum fart. I think that was the cum shooting into his butt. Now he's popping the dildo out of his anus. That's the cum fart. Impressive, I guess. Real quick, I gotta mention this. And I'm gonna post this on our very X-rated Twitter account at ExtremeDV because you need to see this. So there are a lot of people playing with their Bad Dragon toys on XTube and Pornhub and stuff, right? One guy actually has a tiny camera in his butthole. And the camera is positioned so that you can then see the Bad Dragon dildo going inside the butt. Like you see the dildo going in and out, and you see the dildo when it squirts its load inside of him. And there's sound. That is just the noise of the dildo fucking him. Again, this is in his butt. All you see is pink. Thank God it's pink. And then there's the dildo coming inside of him. And coming, and is like coating the lens of the camera. So now there's no more pink. All you see is white, right? And this is where he's trying to squeeze it out. Like a drain. I think that's his heartbeat. Could that be? Like, listen, the camera's capturing. I mean, the camera's inside of him. You hear that? Dun, 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 dun. I mean... there the cum's draining. You're starting to see, like, more color. You can actually see... Oh, my God, it's so crazy. It is like a sewer. Like, you can see the cum draining out of his butt. From the inside. Oh. I don't think we've ever heard a cum fart from the inside of someone. And it continues. A real first here on Distorted View Daily. There's still some cum. Oh, okay. Oh. Jesus God! He's literally farting now. Listen to that. Hold on. That's insane. Oh, yeah, you gotta see this. Follow me at ExtremeDV. And oh, that is fantastic.
Come far.
Indeed. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news right now. Where else are you going to hear internal cum farts? If you like Distorted View Daily, please consider supporting this. I need to be able to fund my important internet research here, and I can only do it with your help. Become a Sideshow member today. Go to superfreaksideshow.com. When you sign up, you get full access to the entire archive of programs. More importantly, every week we do exclusive shows just for paying members. Yesterday we did an exclusive show. Tomorrow we'll be doing another exclusive show. All of these programs, the free ones and the exclusive shows, are in a special RSS feed that paying members get. It works with Apple Podcasts, most podcast apps that allow authentication and stuff. You pop in your username and password into the podcast app, and you get all of the content. It's amazing. Plus, archives of every single show we've ever done since 2004. There are like 3,000 shows in the archives. It's an amazing deal. It's only $6.99 a month, even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership. Remember, your IRS tax refunds coming in the mail now. You're flush with cash for once. It's a great time to sign up. Best time of the year for you to sign up. Again, superfreaksideshow.com. Other ways to support the show, we've got a Patreon account. Patreon.com/DistortedView. I try to post exclusive stuff over there as well. Plus, there are little other perks, like you get access to a special voicemail line where I'll play your calls first here on the show. Check it out, patreon.com/DistortedView. All right, 3 very quick stories, then we'll get the hell out of here. First up, in addition to posting that video, which you should all see on our at ExtremeDV Twitter account, I'll also post it in the Not Safe for Work channel in our Discord. Yes, Distorted View has a Discord. Check it out. There's a link on the main navigation bar. Okay, 3 quick stories now. First up, this one comes from Crossville, Tennessee. Officers pulled over a woman driving a Walmart mobility scooter down a Tennessee highway Friday morning. Sally Selby caught the attention of law enforcement at around 5 a.m. while driving the motorized shopping cart in the slow lane. That was courteous of her, considering that, mobility scooters go 2 miles an hour? Yes, it was in the slow lane of Highway 127. Selby allegedly told officers that she was on her way to a Waffle House, and she could not be bothered. She said she wanted to go to the Waffle House to buy herself a cup of coffee. According to WTVF, the 45-year-old initially told officers that she built the scooter herself. You know how mechanically inclined those 700-pound disabled women are. Yeah, she told police that she built the scooter herself, but she was later arrested for theft after Walmart employees confirmed that it belonged to the store. Walmart surveillance video showed Selby using the shopping scooter inside the store before driving it out into the parking lot and beyond. It wasn't clear Tuesday whether or not Selby might face additional charges. This reminds me of the story of the woman on the mobility scooter who didn't go to a Waffle House to get a cup of coffee. She wanted to go to White Castle, get some sliders, and she used the drive-thru.
The other day, I got a call from Ariel Wade. Ariel came to this White Castle on June 4th for a late-night snack. Now, it's open 24 hours, but she left hungry and furious.
I'm calling these people, and I'm madder than fish grease.
The White Castle dining room closed at 11 p.m. Wade was in her electric mobility scooter, which she uses because she has degenerative disc disease.
I looked around. Ain't nobody in the driveway. Ain't nobody in the parking lot. I'm going through the drive-thru. I've done it before.
So then she went to McDonald's and they served her, but they were like, don't ever do that again. Why? Because cars will run over you. They can't see you in that tiny mobility scooter. It's a safety issue, you dumb bitch. There are a lot of great clips we've played that involve mobility scooters and fast food. Just recently, I replayed that clip of the woman chasing down the guy at a Taco Bell drive-thru. Because this woman was actually in her mobility scooter on the normal road, on the road with a bunch of cars.
Excuse me, sir?
She feels like he was going to hit her with his car, so she chased him down.
Excuse me, sir?
Oh, sir!
Sir? Hello?
No.
You almost hit me. You made a totally illegal move.
Get the fuck away from me.
The guy is just not willing to entertain this for a second. Get the fuck away from me. All right, second story we have for you today. This one comes from Australia. A couple have been charged after they boarded a bus in the Hunter region, stripped naked, and engaged in sexual behavior. Well, those morning commutes are brutal. It at least sounds like a good way to pass the time. A man, 23, and woman, age 31, boarded a public Hunter Valley bus last Friday morning at around 9:50 a.m. At some point into their journey, the couple began masturbating. You know the old saying, a couple that masturbates together is great together. Is that not a popular saying? Sometime into their commute, the couple began masturbating. They then took off their clothes and engaged in other lewd acts on the bus, which had other travelers on board, of course. When the driver, 59, became aware of the activity, he asked them to stop and get off. The woman replied, "We're trying to. I can't get off when you keep talking to me like that." All right, so yes, they were trying to get off together. Then they were rudely interrupted. At this point, the man and woman became verbally aggressive. The man spat at the driver before he got off the bus with the woman at Warner's Bay. After being kicked off the first bus, try again, the couple tried to board a second bus, which pulled up where they had been thrown out. The second bus driver, age 58, refused them entry as he'd been alerted to their behavior. The 23-year-old man again became aggressive and tried to remove the bus's windshield wipers. The driver called the police, but the couple fled before the officers arrived. The 23-year-old man from Windale was arrested yesterday by officers and taken to Belmont Police Station where he was charged with, what the fuck is that word? Affray? I hope I pronounced it right. Oh, entree. It's pronounced entree. No, affray is, like fighting in public. I've just never seen that as a charge that the police use. I guess maybe in Australia, affray is a common, charge. Common assault, intimidation, offensive conduct, and malicious damage. Bail was refused. The man will face court today in Toronto, Australia. The woman was charged with offensive conduct and incite to the commission of crimes and given a court appearance for May 14th. Final story we have for you today. What's this? Distorted View breaking news. Live from Distorted View's Global News Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. When news happens, you hear it first. With lead anchor Tim Henson. Tim Henson on sports. Tim Henson with your winning lotto picks. Tim Henson with Senior Beat. and Frankie McDonald with your 5-day forecast. The most accurate weather in the Tri-County area. We're the only newscast with Down Syndrome Doppler. News that's important to you. And now, reporting live from the Calamity Room, Senior Washington Bureau reporter, Tim Henson.
Breaking news.
I'm Tim Henson.
Breaking news.
In the Calamity Room.
Breaking news.
We just received word.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
We just received
breaking news.
Fade that out,
breaking
please.
News.
Nancy,
breaking news.
Nancy, fade that
breaking
out.
News.
It's too loud.
Breaking news.
Oh, God damn it. Okay,
breaking
well,
news.
Listen, freaks. Tonetta's YouTube channel has been deleted. We now return to our regularly scheduled episode of Distorted View Daily.
This has been Breaking News. Stick with Distorted View for up-to-the-minute reports. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah, Cheryl Murkowski messaged me and said, and it was funny because Tonetta just posted some new videos. Something must have been very controversial there. Cheryl Murkowski messaged me and said, oh, noes! It appears that Tonetta has been banned from YouTube, or his accounts were deleted or something. We just rediscovered him not too long ago. Here's a classic Tonetta song.
I can't wait to put it in my mouth, up my crack, in my ass. I'm so horny I could choke and choke on a cup tonight.
We've all been there, right? So horny we could just choke on a cock tonight. This is Pressure Zone by Tonetta.
So men, whip it out, make me bleed, scream and shout.
Okay, you get the idea. Tonetta will be missed. Oh, don't worry, he'll be back. Real quick, we have a final news story, but it's actually broken up into two. I've got two tiny Florida stories. Say it with me.
Florida is the most fucked up state.
A Florida man was arrested last week on charges that he killed a dog. He claims, though, that the dog had strong magnetic forces, though. And that's the reason why the dog had to be killed. Magnets. According to the sheriff's office, a deputy responded to a report of a domestic dispute in the 300 block of Bucknell Road at around 7 p.m. on April 5th. Witnesses said a 26-year-old man used a tile scraper, Jesus Christ, to kill an 8-pound chihuahua and threaten a woman before he was disarmed by a neighbor. The man, who appeared to be under the influence, told a deputy that there was a strong magnetic force between him and the dog had to go. A report will determine the dog's cause of death. I'm guessing it's going to be tile scraper. The man, who was charged with 5 felony counts of aggravated cruelty to animals and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, remains in the county jail on a $120,000 bail. See what I mean? It was short and sweet. The other Florida story? Florida man Thomas Devaney. Thomas Devaney Lane. 3 names. So there's probably murder involved here. Or he did something sick with a corpse. Florida man Thomas Devaney Lane referred to himself as the Saint, as he threatened to release his turtle army to destroy people in the town of Indialantic. I hope we go into detail about what the hell this turtle army is. The 61-year-old is also accused of yelling obscenities and causing disturbances at businesses. As well as the turtle army threat, Lane allegedly warned people that they would all see what would happen in an hour. An Indialantic Police Department affidavit said Lane reportedly made his way to the police department lobby and banged on the glass, but quickly left before an officer could meet him. Officers who had received 7 calls about Lane subsequently found him in his vehicle at a 7-Eleven parking lot. He allegedly refused to get out of the vehicle when instructed by a police officer and told the 911 operator that the officer, quote, needed to leave now or you'll all be sorry you fucked with the Saint, he said. The police officer removed Lane from the car and placed him under arrest. According to the Broward County Sheriff's Office booking roster, Lane is charged with 3 misdemeanors: breach of peace through disorderly conduct, misuse of 911, and resisting an officer without violence. He is awaiting trial. I hope the police officers are not so dumb that they're letting this guy just sit in a jail cell alone because, the Turtle Army's obviously going to bust him out. The police officers don't stand a chance. After all, the Turtles are the world's most fearsome fighting team. I'm so pissed off the news doesn't go into any more detail about the Turtles. I want to know if he even owns one turtle. Like, where is he getting this from? This Turtle Army. You know who leads the Turtle Army? Leonardo. Donatello does machines. And that's a fact, Jack. Raphael is cool, but crude. And then there's my little Michelangelo. He's a party dude. All right, there you go, my friends. Is your Distorted News for Wednesday. Let's do a couple voicemails to get the hell out of here. Love to hear from you, freaks, and there are many ways to contact the show. You can always email me, show@distortedview.com. Send along links to things you find funny or, you think might be good for the show, things I should feature. You can always call into the voicemail line, 206-666-4463. Patrons get a special voicemail line, and I will play their calls first. Other ways to contact me, I'm all over social media, @DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/DistortedViewShow, and what's the other one? Oh, YouTube, YouTube.com/DistortedViewShow, and of course we've got a Discord where like 1,000 freaks hang out and chat, which is really cool. There's a link on the main navigation bar at DistortedView.com.
Jimmy Boo, Sideshow member, DC. Just call and listen to yesterday's show. About that condom with the consent thing.
Yeah, we were talking about this dumb news story. There's a new condom out where you got to use 4 hands to open the box that contains the condom. And the idea is that it will require both the woman and the man to open the condom box. Therefore, only a woman who's willing to have sex with the man would participate. An idiot could see the flaw in this, of course.
Yeah, that is a pretty fuck-witted idea.
Yeah.
But I have an idea. Distorted View consent condoms. Now listen to this.
Right.
We can make this a little better here. And the way we make it better is by maybe a thumbprint of some sort or some way you digitally would sign that you give consent to open the condom box.
Oh, I see.
This way, when the bitch drags you to court for raping her, you say, no, she signed. Look at my digital consent.
Yeah, I think there are apps like that. They don't unleash a condom or, whatever, but it's like an app for consent where you both agree to terms of sex or something. I don't know exactly how it works. I'll have to look that up.
Now, that seems like a way to capitalize on this situation.
Yeah.
Well, keep Distorted View going, throw you a couple shekels. You know what I'm saying, Timmy Boo?
Yeah.
Love the show. Love you, Timmy Boo. Jazoo, jazoo, jazoo.
All right. Thank you very much for the idea there.
Hello, Tim. It's Lovely the Cat Lady with a email from my school. So apparently at 3 o'clock earlier today, a student was walking around and saw a black male adult sitting on the park bench.
Oh, my God. The whole campus needs to be on lockdown.
Engaged in a lewd act.
Oh.
The witness reported it, but the police couldn't locate the guy. And even though they detained somebody, they couldn't prove it was him, and they said it didn't look like him either. So now my school has a serial masturbator running around jerking off.
Cool.
And, oh, God, there's a bee outside my car, so it was in here. So, yeah, now we got to look out for some black guy jerking off.
Well, you should always be on high alert, looking for black guys jerking off on or near you.
Right.
It's called being aware of your surroundings, Level 80 Cat Lady.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, say in numbers, bring your phone, because we are not competent enough to catch.
I'm sure the black masturbator, which sounds like a great superhero. I am the black masturbator, the masked masturbator. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if there were groups of women like, oh, awesome, more bitches to jerk off to.
People jerking off.
Numbers.
So it's like, I'll just I have a very large knife I keep on me because
Jesus.
I am legally handicapped. I'm not in a wheelchair.
She's legally handicapped, and she wields a machete.
But also, my foot's broken. Oh, but I get to take my cat. That's not a cat. I get to take my walking boot off. Yay.
Oh, that's good. Well, congratulations. At least something's working out for you for once. I think there was one that I wanted to play, or maybe two, that I wanted to play from yesterday's show. What is this?
Item I would like to address.
Vladimir Putin checking in.
Periodically, you'll hear people call in and say that they will have to take time off from Sideshow. They're unable to afford, blah, 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 where.
Right.
I would just simply like to make a point. Sideshow is great value. Less than 25 cents a day. This is outstanding value considering the amount of shows you get per month. It's something like, what is it? 26, 27 shows a month, something less than that, right? 20
to what? 20, 22, something like that, depending on the month.
28 shows a month, something like that. It's every week a day. It's
He's not very good at math.
It's a very good bargain. 25 cents a day, I don't really see any reason why. I mean, you could collect soda cans and pay for Distorted View. You could forego one value meal.
25 cents a day.
It's really not.
You could feed a fat 40-year-old white man. Keep him off the streets. I'm not 40 yet. I like to round up, though, because then when my birthday hits, I'm like, oh, I thought I was older than that. I'm not even 40 yet.
It irritates a little bit when people call.
Do you guys do that? Do you trick yourself? It's kind of like alarm clocks. You always set it ahead. So, if it's 8 o'clock, really, I'll say that it's 8:15. And that way, when I set my alarm clock in the morning for, 7 a.m., it's really only 6:45. But the problem is, you know that in your head. Then what I would do is I would constantly make the clock further ahead. You know what I mean? Like every couple days, I'd add a few more minutes. So eventually, my clock was like an hour and a half ahead of the time that it really was. I'm so fucking retarded.
Hey, Tim, you mentioned having a problem with your ejaculate size not being up to par.
Yeah, the volume of it. You know what I mean?
Tim, if you want to help yourself, there are some medical things you can do. First and foremost, take a zinc supplement. That'll really help.
I bet you I'm depleted, or I'm deficient in a lot of vitamins because I eat garbage, right?
Nope.
Can't imagine a lot of the food I have is heavy in zinc.
Also, Tim, you need to quit blowing your seed to
Every
masturbation.
Yeah. I wish there was a valve that you could turn on and off. Like you could still come, but without producing, without shooting out ropes of jizz. And then, when you want to, you turn a little valve, and then it opens the hole, and then you can
just build up
empty
your
out.
reserves for 3 or 4 days, and you should be,
I know.
Slinging a big old water balloon to come.
Like a monkey over here.
All right, Timmy. I love you.
Jerking off every couple hours. All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the show. Want you guys to email me? show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660-GOD. Is it? Oh, God.
I am a modern day boy.
Spread the distortion. STD. Tell all your friends about the podcast. Don't forget to rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher Radio. However you listen to Distorted View. If there's a place where you can give us a thumbs up or a rating or something, do that. It really does help me out. I will be back tomorrow if and only if you're Sideshow members. Otherwise, I'll see you back on Friday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Negroes are 10 times more likely to have venereal diseases than whites.